Now, there are many ways to build a list, but the fastest way, the easiest way, the most honest way, in my opinion, is to create something of genuine value to give away. I said it before, the margin is no longer in the mystery, folks. The margin is no longer in the mystery. So package up your best recipes and give them away. But how do you convince your cynical, time-poor prospects to actually believe that what you have to offer is of actual value? Because it can't be that good if you're giving it away, right? He's giving it away. It can't be that good. Well, firstly, from the outset, I say give away stuff that's of significant value. Otherwise, you're just going to disappoint people because we're talking about relationship building here. But as well, you've got to overcome that hurdle, that cynicism. So there are 3 things that growth hackers do to increase the perceived value of your gift. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline a formula, 3 things that we do that we've learned over time that have significantly made the difference. Now we're talking about increases of we have a page which would be used to generate a lead, invite someone to sign up for something, and it might have generated a response rate of like 2%. We've managed to increase this response rate to things like 30, 40%. So here's what I have to say. Here's what I suggest that you do. Use these words. Okay, I'm talking about a page on your website where you are giving something away because you want to start building a relationship with a prospect. I'm talking about getting leads. So you've created this page and you're giving something away. You've worked out what you want to give away. Use these words. Here's what you get. Here's what you get. Frame up what you're offering in terms of what they get. I'm talking about presenting what you offer in terms of a thing. You'll understand where I'm going in a second. Someone help me out, folks. What do these things have in common? I've asked this question in a webinar before, in some of my live courses as well, some of my live events. What do these things have in common? A white paper, an ebook, and a fact sheet. That's answered my question. Anita has said expert information. No ongoing cost, that's great. Knowledge, words, downloadable. Yes, they're all very good things. Yvette got me right from the outset. A white paper and an ebook and a fact sheet. And someone said a Word document too. There you are, Peter. What do they have in common? Yes, we talk about white papers, these grand things, ebooks, fact sheets, these grand things. But you know what? It's a Word document saved as a PDF. But you know what? We've turned these things into something of higher perceived value by turning them into a thing like a white paper, an ebook, and a fact sheet, and we say, here's what you get. If you cannot say, here's what you get before whatever it is that you have to offer, you might be struggling. Yes, because people, they will engage with you to get a thing, but they won't necessarily engage with you to get knowledge. It's a funny thing. So here's what you get. Let's extend on this for a second. And Matt Fyatt just said they can be shared. Very good. They can be shared. Okay, then bundle it up with outcomes and feelings. Okay, here's what you get. Here's my thing. It's a white paper. Then I'm going to add outcomes and feelings. Here's the white paper. Here's the thing you get. When you read this white paper, you will get these outcomes. And the hardest one is then feelings, which is usually a sense of reassurance about what they're doing so that they'll know that they're on the right track, or they're not wasting their time, or they're not feeling like they're banging their head against a brick wall. Things, outcomes, feelings. Think about one of the world's greatest marketing companies, McDonald's. What do you get when you go to McDonald's? You get to McDonald's, when you get to McDonald's, all the advertising, it breaks down into these things. It's usually a thing. It starts off with a Big Mac and fries and a Coke. In fact, they break it down even further. It's 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a sesame seed bun. So they take their things and they break them down into individual units. They're the things that you get. What are the outcomes? Well, I will have my hunger satisfied. I will have a fun day out with my kids. I will have entertainment, all these different things. And what are the feelings? I don't know, a deep sense of loathing that it was 2 a.m. in the morning and I succumbed to the drive-through. The feelings, well, that's the way I would feel. But most people, the feelings are a feeling of belonging and happiness and relief and joy, all these wonderful things. Things, outcomes, and feelings. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a formula. A formula. Then step 3, I want you to get physical. What do I mean by get physical? If you're presenting a thing, and this is a great step forward. Oh, by the way, Jess Tyler said their slogan. I'm loving it. That's a feeling. I'm loving it. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese makes me feel full, and I'm loving it. Get physical. Okay, we're talking about things that we can offer, and I came up and I started with the idea of white papers, ebooks, fact sheets, and I said present them as things. You know what? Knowledge is. I can take you out. We can sit down over a coffee, and you can tell me everything you know, and I won't value it. I'll value it to the tune of the coffee I just bought. But if you turn that into a thing, oh, that's something valuable. And the more that you can make that thing look like a thing, make it a physical product, look like a physical product, the better off you'll be in terms of improving the perceived value. And what do I find surprising about this? It doesn't matter that your prospects are aware of all these things just as you are. They know it's a digital product, but they don't care. As long as you care about what you are doing, as long as you have that desire to educate in a powerful way or educate value, because this is only the first step in a journey, remember, as long as you're building a relationship and they get that that thing that is of high quality, they do not mind these things. They do not mind these things at all. In fact, they embrace it. They love it. They value more because, as I said, it's not just you sharing your information over a coffee. It's a thing that they get. The other thing that surprises me is that this is common sense. And I'm thinking that some of you are probably thinking, tell me something I don't know, James. But the question is, are you actually doing this? And if you are doing this, are you doing it well? So just remember that I've given you a formula. Things, outcomes, feelings. If you can just focus on that, I've got something to offer. Things, outcomes, feelings. Anyone want to suggest any other ways to add perceived value? Other ways? You want to throw some at me? Well, I got a couple. I think they're pretty obvious. Testimonials. Get someone else to say it's good. Maybe have some testimonials can come in some social stuff. Help make other people talk about it. Thank you, Jess. So that's another way you can actually do that in using a social media form at the bottom of it. A bunch of other things. Assign a dollar value to it. Assign a dollar value. If you want to be really cheeky, you can also add a barcode as well too. If you do intend to sell it, and for many of you, I would say do that. Add a barcode. All these things increase the perceived value. Oh, by the way, if you are in Brisbane, I'm running a workshop entirely dedicated to this topic that I just talked about, how to turn your website into a lead generation machine. So I will tell you how at the end of this webinar, how you can get a coupon code at the end to pay half price. This is 90 minutes focused on all those things that we just talked about. And Jeremy Samuels just said, please run that in Melbourne. We will do our best. We hope to. Okay, case study 2, boosting conversions.